What's poppin', guys? And today we're going to be continuing What If Morgan Stayed with Rick in The Walking Dead. So let's get into it. We start off by seeing Leah and Carver's group named the Reapers. And their leader's name is Pope. This is Pope, and he just saw what Morgan's done. He saved two of his best soldiers' lives. And in which Morgan would reply, "It's really nothing. He's done it so they could all live instead of just Carver and Leah." So he thinks he's just getting over credit, even though he didn't do much. That's what he believes. But then we start hearing someone walk over. And that someone is Eastman. And in this universe, he didn't meet Morgan. Instead, because of Morgan not meeting him, he ended up joining the Reapers. Well, he found them a few years ago. Then they saw he was pretty strong and he could handle himself pretty well. So they got him to join. Eastman tells Morgan, even if he didn't help them by purpose, he still saved them. And Leah would say that he saved me and my dog before he met you guys. And Eastman tells Morgan it's only fair if they help him. And Eastman would ask, do you have any friends? Or what were you doing out here? Or were you just trying to get some supplies? Morgan tells them that he lives in a community and there's many communities he has allies with, and he's just looking for his friends that went missing a few days ago. Well, just 2 days ago, but it's still a few days ago. Okay, whatever. And they're willing to help Morgan find his friends. But then we see Alexandria, and we see Axel, who's trying to keep everyone calm, because now people are finding out about Eugene and the others missing. Negan tells everyone he hasn't done anything good for anyone for a long, long time. And now he needs to help these people, and he needs to help Morgan. And Daryl would say he's going also, as Axel can handle the place well himself. But then we'd see the leader of the Commonwealth, Pamela Milton, and the second in command, Lance Hornsby. And she tells Lance that she's heard that because one of their people told them about their community, and now she knows that there's 3 communities that are looking to find them, and he's gotta go do something about it. And Lance tells her, what? Just look around for them? That ain't gonna work. Pamela tells him maybe bring one of them, maybe the scared little scientist Eugene, and hold him at gunpoint if you find them, and if they don't listen to you, blow his brains out, or threaten to blow his brains out if they don't listen to you. Lance would say, very well then. He'll be getting along on the mission, and he would start recruiting some of the Commonwealth guards to come with him. And then Lance and the Commonwealth guards would walk over to Eugene's cell with the others with them, like DJ Spencer and Sasha, Nicholas, Yumiko, Jim, and Princess. And Eugene's taken by the Commonwealth guards, and then they'd hold him at gunpoint. Well, yeah, they'd still hold him at gunpoint, but of course they haven't ran into any of the group yet, and they'd start looking for and Eugene, they'd threaten Eugene if he didn't tell them where the group is, they'd blow his brains out. And Eugene, being scared, he'd tell them. He'd only tell them about Alexandria though, as that's where he lives. And when they reach Alexandria, the gates opened by a welcoming Merle pointing a gun at them. And he tells them to back up and give them his friend, which they'd not do because they have the numbers advantage. And if he shoots one of them, he's gonna die. But then Aaron pulls up and he has a gun in his hand too. And so does Jesus. And so does Carl. Lance tells them he isn't playing around, and all he wants is for them to tell them why they were at their base with their people. And the group replies, "What base? What people?" And Eugene tells them that he heard a woman named Stephanie, and she told him to come there. And when he was on the way there, he just ran into the guards. Lance starts laughing, and he's like, Who's Stephanie?" Because he does not pay attention to the residents. And Eugene says, "Well, I'd like to believe a resident in your community." Simon shoots one of the guards of the Commonwealth, which makes a whole entire war break out. But since Lance only brought a few guards, the Commonwealth end up losing this fight, and Lance is bleeding, and he's saying, "Listen, we can all forget about this. We were just defending ourselves." But then Maggie pulls up, and she points her gun straight at Lance's head. Lance tries explaining he was ordered to do this, and he didn't want to do this, and he says, "Believe me, come on. Now, we're keeping your people well fed." Deanna tells the group to stay calm and just keep him here and get information about him, about where the others are, so they can. And she tells Lance to start spitting out where Commonwealth is, and or else he's gonna die. And they tell all of this information to Negan and Daryl on the radio. And then Negan and Daryl, we see them, and they're in front of the gates of the Commonwealth. And there's other people there as well, like Leah, Morgan, and Pope, and also Eastman, and also Carver. And if you're wondering why they're here, it's because they found Commonwealth too, because they've been looking longer than Daryl and Negan. And all of them are at the gates of the Commonwealth. And they'd start screaming, "We have your friend Lance, and if you don't come out with our friends, we're gonna kill him." And they'd say, "We don't want to kill him, but we will, and we can." And it's really not that hard, as a few words would just be his death. 2 words, "kill him," would be enough to just get rid of him completely. And Pamela comes out, and she's like, "What friends?" "Well, we have a few of them, and only Spencer would come out along with Nicholas." And Daryl would ask, "Where's the others?" "There was 5 more of them." And Pamela says, "There were 5 more of them." And then a walker, Stasha, runs out, and she gets shot by Daryl in the head. And then they see Jim with a hole in his head and blood coming out of it. And Daryl already knows what happened to the others. And he knows the same happened to them also. And he wants to take revenge for that, but he truly does. But the smart decision would be to just walk away with Spencer and Nicholas. And the people who are there, like Carver, Pope, Leah, Eastman, Morgan, Daryl, Negan, all leave disappointed as their friends just died. And they could have saved them if they were just a bit quicker. But that'll be it for today, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye!